what is wrong with me? I am a big Amy Poehler fan. When I ask for sitcom recommendations, I'm often recommended Parks and Rec based on, the kind of sitcoms that I have expressed an interest in and ones that I absolutely love. However, I have tried on 3 separate occasions to like Parks and Rec, and I cannot seem to get into it, and I do not know why. I have watched the first episode 3 times, and on the last 2 times I tried to get into it, I can't remember exactly, maybe 3 or 4 episodes into the first season. Now, a lot of people have said to me that season 1 is actually not that good. It's still finding its feet, and once it gets into season 2, that's when it really picks up. Is that true? Should I don't want to do this, because I don't like skipping an episode of a sitcom. A lot of people are like, oh, just go straight to season 2, straight to season 3. But I like the character development. I like to know where they came from. But should I? Should I just jump straight to season 2? There are 7 seasons, 126 episodes. And this first episode is actually a pretty decent introduction. Now, I have to say, the way in which we're introduced to the characters is one of the reasons why I don't like this. But, I love Amy Poehler, and the style of comedy should appeal to me, so I should be able to look past the fact that it's a mockumentary sitcom. I do not like mockumentaries. I'm sure there are some exceptions. I can't think of any off the top of my head. But as a rule, if something is a mockumentary, I'm not going to like it. I don't like that breaking the fourth wall with a sitcom. And I feel like that's something that doesn't work well for me. I like to be in the zone, in the moment. I don't like to be pulled out of it when we get mockumentary clips. But we do learn a lot about the characters through this mockumentary style. I think that's a very quick device for telling the audience who the characters are, what their role is going to be in this sitcom. Obviously, Amy Poehler is the star of this. She plays Leslie Knope in Pawnee, Indiana. And she is in charge of the Parks and Recreation Department. I'll be honest, I'd never heard of that concept until I started watching this. I don't know if we have something similar in the UK. Maybe we do, but I believe it is just an American and Canadian thing. But I think that's a fun idea. It's quite a fun job where she gets to meet a lot of different people, and there's a lot of canvassing, particularly in the first episode. She also makes a fool of herself in a lot of ways. I think she has a great personality, which is one of the reasons why I thought I would like this. Because I'm very drawn to Leslie Knope as a character. I think there's a lot about her that I'd like to know. We don't find out too much about her in this first episode, insofar as, we don't know all about her past or about her hobbies and interests. We do get a good understanding of the fact that she is determined to succeed, intelligent in some ways, but not in others. And somebody who I think would be easy to get on with, or at least easy to be around. I think she may cause more problems than she solves. And I expect that's probably the case as the series progresses. So as a pilot episode, it's not bad. It covers all of the bases, it gets the tone across, it sets up the characters. I don't find it funny, and I don't understand why that is, because I should really like this. There's nothing specific about the writing that stood out to me as a reason why I wouldn't take to this. As with the characters, I seem to really, Leslie Knope especially. The rest of the characters in the first episode, we don't get to know them quite as much. But there are some that I think are characters that I would very much warm to quite quickly. Tom is a character I particularly like. I believe his name is Tom. So what do? Do I give up with it? Do I do what people have been suggesting and skip the first season? I don't want to do that. But if it's a choice of not watching Parks and Rec at all, or skipping the first season, maybe I'll consider it. Let me know your suggestions, but for now, it's not a bad pilot. It's not a bad first episode. There's just something about it that doesn't work for me, and I wish I knew what it was, because apart from the mockumentary aspect, I really should like this, and I've tried and tried, and it just doesn't seem to work for me.